Everyone, it's John Pinton with your Vancouver real estate update for the month of August. Before I get to the stats, I want to discuss a few multiple offer situations that I'm aware of that have happened in the last 10 days for the month of August, and one of them was mine. So I want to kind of dive in and tell you how the market is actually not as quiet as I thought it would be at this time of year when everyone's on summer vacation. And in historical terms, it's usually a quiet month for August for real estate, and usually there's no multiple offers. But I want to discuss a few right here today and show you how the low inventory is actually impacting the prices and how prices actually are not going down in some areas or most areas. So the first one I want to discuss today is out in Coquitlam. It's a house built in 1997 in Westwood Plateau. Obviously a large house, 3,500 square feet. Property size is 7,500 square feet. 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom. And the assessment value is 1.931. And on July 24th, it was listed and for 1.99 million. And on August 1st, just a few days ago, it sold for 250,000 over the asking price. So that's roughly 300 over 300,000 over the assessment value as well. So prices are still climbing dramatically, and for specific properties, people are paying a pretty penny to get in. And this is not happening for a majority of homes, but I am still seeing strong activity, which is quite surprising because I thought there would be a chance for people to come in and offer below asking on, and some of these homes are going below asking, but they're still competing with multiple offers. So if you thought possibly August you could come down 100 below, well, it's likely that you'll only be able to get 25,000 off right now. Let's see how September, October goes. But the inventory levels are so strong, and the buyers are still there. So you're gonna have to wait until October, November, I think, if you want to have a chance to get 100,000 off the asking price. Because surprisingly, the inventory is still very low, 15% below the average. And seeing a house sell for 250,000 over the asking price at the 2 million level is quite alarming. And it shows you where we're at in the market. And so we haven't quite dropped down to levels where people might think they might be going. So let's see what happens in September. But I want to discuss another sale recently. I was helping some clients over in Victoria purchase a townhome in Cordova Bay. It was on the market 1 week when I was made aware of this property for sale. And we did a showing, and after the showing, 1 hour after, we had a call that someone else made an offer. 1 week after it was on the market, no one made an offer, and we were going to come in and make an offer as well. It was asking 1.275 million. We were going to come in and offer about 1.2 million and try to meet in the middle. However, due to the fact that there was another offer on the table, unfortunately, we had to come up, and so we decided to offer 1.25 million. And this is still 25,000 below the asking price, but it was a little more than what we wanted to pay because the assessment value is 1.24 million. And just the day before, there was no one in the market making an offer. So luckily, we gave the correct dates to the seller, and we actually were able to win, even with the lower price in the offer. But still, just showing you that we were not the only people circling around on this property in the middle of August, and there's still people competing for these properties. And so don't expect that you're going to get a huge amount of money off the asking price right now. Mind you, detached homes are a little different. There's a little more supply versus townhomes and condos, but overall detached homes are not dropping very quickly here due to the low inventory. So that's bringing me to the stats for the month of August. So sales were up actually 29% year over year for July compared to 2022 of July. And why is this? Because the Bank of Canada basically froze real estate for 6 months, the second 6 months of 2022, due to the supersized hike of 1% in July. So we only saw a little 0.25% hike, so that didn't startle too many people. And obviously interest rates have risen dramatically in the last 3 or 4 weeks. However, July was based on people having holds on their interest rate holds from the banks from April and May. So people that bought in July weren't affected by the new interest rates that are over 6% now. So expect August, September to be definitely quieter than July due to the fact that interest rates have risen and people don't have the rate holds that they used to. But June still was lower than where we're at now, so we might see stronger than actual activity for August compared to what I was predicting. And so overall sales are 15% below the 10-year average, but still showing strong sales overall, 30% over last year. And total listings are at 10,301. So this is a 14% below the 10-year average. So this is putting pressure on prices to not come down as much as people are hoping. And so this is keeping the balance, kind of a balanced market, and it's quite strong in all sectors, specifically townhomes, where the sales to active ratio is at 32%, condos are at 30%, and detached homes are a little lower at 16.5%. So we're actually in a balanced market for detached homes, and the seller's market still for condos and townhomes. But yeah, as I was saying, July was a stronger than usual month due to the fact that we didn't have a supersized rate hike like a year ago, which we experienced. So overall, detached is up 0.6% compared to July 2022. Townhomes are up 1.2%, and condos are up 2.6%. So overall, in last year, condos are doing the best year over year. And last but not least, who had the highest price increases for detached condos and townhomes in the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board? Well, obviously in the last few months, if you've been watching my videos, the Sunshine Sea to Sky corridor is doing very well. No surprise here again, Bowen Island leads the charge here at 4.7% for the month of July in 1 month. Whistler at 4.5%, and mind you, homes in Whistler are not cheap. So this is showing you the amount of people still buying a luxury product in Whistler. And Sunshine Coast, 3.3%. Mind you, Sunshine Coast does have the cheapest homes, under $1 million average. There's no other municipality in the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board that you have a home averaging less than $1 million. But still showing strong demand on the Sunshine Coast. And Squamish overall for the last 6 months is at 14.5%. So pat on the back if you bought in the last 6 months in Squamish. The prices have been rising dramatically up there. Overall, the best performing municipality in the last 6 months is actually Pitt Meadows at 20%. And just down the way in Port Moody, house prices for the last 6 months are only up 3%. Mind you, the average house in Port Moody is $2 million. In Pitt Meadows, it's $1.35 million. So that's obviously why the prices have skyrocketed where it's more affordable. Townhomes, Burnaby East came out number 1 for July at 2.2%. Richmond, 2%. North Vancouver, 1.7%. And then condos, once again, Squamish leads the way here, 2.3%, Whistler 2%, 11% in the last 6 months for Whistler. So Whistler is doing really well in all brackets. And the Sunshine Coast, 1.8%, 10.4% in the last 6 months. So if you have bought in Whistler, Squamish, Sunshine Coast in the last 6 months, you're seeing good returns. And obviously, a lot of people are still moving out there due to the fact that not all the people have returned to the office. And so we're seeing strong demand in the Sea to Sky corridor. And so we'll probably see that moving forward into the fall as well. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. You might be surprised on what your house is worth and where the market's heading. I'm seeing tight inventory. We might see actually a stronger fall than what I was anticipating due to this low inventory, regardless of the fact that interest rates are over 6%. But let's see how it all works out here, because the people that were buying in June, July, were buying on interest rates around 4.5 to 5%. And now with rates over 6%, we will still see those rate holds disappearing basically now, and we'll see where we go. But right now, we're seeing prices not really drop too much. Obviously, going up $200,000 for a house in Coquitlam and $300,000 over the assessment value. So some areas are doing very well still, specifically the Sunshine Coast and Sea to Sky corridor up in Squamish and Whistler. Smash the like button down below and subscribe if you haven't done already. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks and have a great day.